come and get it.
All right. Oh, for those who don't know why, okay, some people in the chat asking, like, how come you're casting today? How's this possible? I thought you couldn't cast when Caldor cast. The Too Long Didn't Read version, guys, is we're the dedicated caster for both My Insanity and Axiom now, which is pretty awesome. So we can't just, like, name ourselves as that. We have to get the people who are in charge of the team, the managers, etc., have to be like, yo, these guys are totally cool to cast for us, and that's why we're here, so... Big shout out to Axiom for accepting us on. I hope we can do you guys proud. But this is the Acer Team Story Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first match of the day. It's a best of 1 between these two players, but make no mistake, it's a best of 9 between these two teams, Axiom and Acer. Spawning here in the lower right corner of the map to kick it off for Axiom Esports, the blue Zerg player, Impact.
In the top left, and I was right, by the way, it's the red Zerg, Acer's Bly.
So Zombie and I were taking a little bit of a self-sideways here to see just which spawn locations we would get. Now, before we hop into too much of anything, guys, if you're taking part in our fun betting system here on the channel, using your fake credits with imaginary money, everything that we're betting on today is going to be win streaks. You don't need to guess whether Bly wins or whether Impact wins, but you got to guess how long they'll be winning for. So, normally we'll close the bets after the intro to the map, but we're going to leave them open for this whole first game, so you can really get your fill-in. Because it's currently 0-0 and no one's won anything just yet. Now, part of why we were talking about the locations of spawns on this map, guys, is this map becomes drastically different. This is 2 different maps, depending on where you spawn. You're always going to spawn cross spawns, but it's either top left and bottom right, or top right and bottom left. And if you do bottom right to top left, as these players have, 2 big things come into consideration. 1, you get this really wide opening at your natural. I mean, this is so dumb to try and fully wall off. Some players don't even bother. And yeah, I see what's going on. On the other side of the map, though, and this is what the con of what's going on with Bly, going for the Temple and probably Banelings, is this is a really long map. Your Zerglings don't hit very fast. Even if you go for a 10 pool, it's going to take an abnormally long amount of time to get to your opponent's base.
Yeah, but Impact, he did go for the 15 hash. Now, he didn't get the latest pool. He didn't get, like, gas before pool, so, you know, it's not the latest. But it's still going to be a little more difficult to handle. He's going to barely have lings, maybe, because you gotta wait if he waits for the Banelings to morph.
Right, and the thing with the Banelings morphing too is that strips away a little bit of the DPS. Like, let's say you make 3 Banelings, and it's only like 3 Zerglings, however many you decide to make. They're still in that hatchery. In fact, he's gonna have what, 8, 10 by the looks of it, 12 total. So he'll have quite a few Zerglings available to him. But Impact, you know, the second he sees this, and he's not for a while because the Overlord's not going to scout it. You know, you put down a Spine Crawler. He's taking his own gas right now. Lots of the wrongdoings are currently underway, and this is kind of what I was talking about when I said I really didn't see these guys going towards that sort of Roach Max passive play. No, he doesn't see it.
No, are you serious? What?
No, look at the vision. He didn't see it.
No! What is the drone there for then? Oh, no.
Oh, this is going to suck for Impact.
He can still survive, though. I mean, like, these Banelings really do a lot of damage. Bly really...
Oh my god, now he sees them. Now he sees them.
Now he's gonna, like, pull drones in a perfect amount. Or a split. Just, like, you know, just split, don't even try. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do.
But this is good, though, because these Banelings are gonna get wasted. Yeah.
Pretty much he's gonna be guaranteed 2 to 4.
I like what Impact's trying to do. He's trying to trade out one for 2, which is kind of a cool move, but... really hard to pull off, and this is just absolutely hurtful because he's got no mining going on right now. He's got to rely on these queens to hold this with a couple Zerglings. It's not exactly the most reliable form of defense, but focuses these down. One queen on the low ground is going to get focused by these lings, and sadly, the Banelings, they might not have been getting the damage done, but they've zoned out so much of Impact's forces, and now he goes back to mining. But this defense is looking pretty good, strangely enough. 1 Baneling remaining means he can't kill all the drones, but it will take them low enough that these 2 Zerglings can certainly clean up. He's got to be careful.
He actually tries to pull some drones into it just to, again, it doesn't kill them, but, you know, still minimize the damage that 1 Ling couldn't get that 1 drone.
I can't believe he just held this. Bly might have more workers at home, guys, but he's down a hatchery, and that is a big deal.
Oddly enough, I would usually be totally on board the hype train for a one-base Baneling bust against somebody to 15 hatch, but more and more I'm seeing people just get really good at defending it. Just like, yeah, no problem. All right, like just gotta be patient and comfortable.
Now this metabolic boost coming down for Bly is the follow-up, but it's more the Banelings that'll give him power coming through this. He can hold this mineral line. The queen positioning is great. The whole position means there's only going to be at most 2 links attacking this queen at any given time. But yeah, I don't know. This is just it's rough for him because he knows he has to kind of follow through with a bit more. Impact's not exactly going straight Zerglings. He's droning up still. He's got his natural base ready to go. He's got another queen out. Spinecrawler coming down.
Oh, so dangerous. No, so dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Okay, 1 for 1.
This is a good defense for Bly. He's set to go. He might don't lose that Baneling.
I love what Impact's really trying very hard. I mean, he's gonna lose his Ling either way, but gonna try and kill that Baneling while he does it.
Yeah. This is looking a little too good for Impact, though, if we're gonna be quite honest. His drone count's even up, but it's gonna go ahead. Bly can go for an attack with like some sort of all-in if he'd like, but 2 queens on the ramp, a Spinecrawler.
Maybe a second Spinecrawler? Yeah.
Yeah, safety's sake.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I mean, Impact saw how much gas was taken, so he's like, okay, you're following it up with speed.
Yeah. This is this Baneling's not gonna get to touch anything, I don't think. Yeah. That Spinecrawler's just like, shoo, get out of here.
A lot of Lings, though, and a few more Banelings even, can definitely bust down the 2 queens. They do have transfuse energy, which is pretty nice, and he's getting, his own Lings. Even that 3rd queen's gonna help.
Oh no, 3 queens, never mind.
Yeah.
I like that he hasn't pulled these off the ramp, though. It is so tempting to do that, but if you do, then the Lings run right by and go to the main and all hell unleashes, so... Impact just... I don't know, the king of sticking to his guns? Is that a good way to describe this? Like, he's really not freaking out, he's not overreacting, he's not underreacting.
It's pretty impressive to see someone so calm, but it's still not over yet. There's a lot of Banelings for Bly. I mean, there could be a lot more, honestly. We've seen a lot of Banelings, but that's still, I mean, for the circumstances, it seems to be a lot of Banelings.
Yo, if he's gonna try and knock down the Spinecrawlers, unfortunately these might have been better used on the queens almost. Transfuse did go off on the Spinecrawler, I want to throw that out there. And they are going off like crazy on these queens. The 4th queen does pop out, and these Zerglings get that big surround. Could have transfused it.
Oh, actually he goes for the surround. I thought he was gonna go into the main, try and sub up some of those drones, but instead loses all of his Lings.
The transfuses are good.
Yeah. And these Lings, they make it a drone. Not even.
You know what though? Bly, he got his own hash rate behind this. He's not so out of this game. He does have almost nothing to deal with these Zerglings coming across the map. He's got a small handful of his own, but I mean, Impact is no longer ahead. You know, I really thought with those Banelings that was gonna just get absolutely like wasted. The Spinecrawlers would have focused them down. The queens would never, budged on the ramp type thing. But I guess that's the other cause too. Impact wasn't really droning behind this. Bly did, and now he has a worker lead, which is weird.
Yeah, that's what you get when you're in control of the game a lot of times, especially if you know that you can still be, you can still have a really good defense because he knows that Impact doesn't have speed, and he's guessing that Impact doesn't have Banelings either, so, go ahead and drone up pretty freely as long as you have the speedlings. And it's unfortunate because Impact actually did mine 100+ gas for a very long time, ever since, pretty much Bly started the aggression. He actually had 100 gas, he didn't use it on Metabolic Boost until now.
Yeah, he's trying to. It's weird watching him try and walk for his life, so to speak, because he can't just straight walk away. The Zerglings will catch up, they'll run, they'll hit and run like this, and even the Banelings are starting to close in, so he's got to be a bit careful.
Power walking.
Yeah, that jog. Unfortunately, Banelings don't get utilized that well, but again, there's still 2 Spinecrawlers at home. Queens are still standing strong, and there's 16 more Lings coming up for Impact, so I think he's really paranoid about Bly going hard here. I don't know if this is him looking to be aggressive or not.
I think it is. There's no other reason. I mean, this time he has Overlords in good position, and yeah, those Banelings are morphing on the other side of the map. So this is definitely him gonna try and surprise Bly. Just wait until the last second to show all of the Lings, and maybe surprise him with some Banelings because he's not gonna notice.
That was such a subtle thing, but it was really cool what Impact did, guys. He purposely rallied each of the Banelings to move outwards as they hatch from their cocoons. On the off chance Bly found them and tried to detonate all 5 with 2 of his own Banelings. That was pretty unnecessary, but cool. Unfortunately, he'll waste these ones. You need 3 to kill a cocoon.
Yeah, that wasn't too great.
No, definitely not.
Okay, well, he did take care of all the Banelings, and he's having faster morphing Banelings and a lot more Lings. That one Baneling almost got a good hit, but it still has to chase down Impact.
Heart attack bailing mode. Impact finds a Spire. Don't know how he's going to react to this necessarily, because you don't have to match Spire for Spire, and if he does, he'll behind, obviously. Sometimes Roaches end up being the better choice, because you can just kind of meander past them, go across the map. Pretty good bailing connects there out of Impact, actually.
Yeah, 2 for 4, I believe, and he's still going, he's still trying to go strong, but unfortunately Bly just might have a little too much. Going to go after the drones maybe now?
Yeah, he's still coming across the map with more and more links. This is kind of his clock, though, because if Bly can hold until Mutalisks, he's got a drone lead. Impact has got no way to really get a layer out anytime soon, and I'm surprised he really just went for this sort of all-in mentality of the counterattack.
Well, you know, he was down by 10 drones. He probably thought that was, you know, that was too much, and all-in would serve him better than trying to catch up in the long game.
Freaking banlings, man.
It's not gonna work, though.
Yeah,
he's devoting everything into this.
Right, and I think the biggest problem is like he never really grouped up for this. He just rallied 2 links after 2 links after 2 links across the map. Now Mutalisks are coming out, and this is looking really bad for Impact. Because he could try and throw some Spore Crawlers down home, but the reality is his presence is now gone. Overlords will have to come back. Zerglings cannot stay on this side of the map, and forget about Banelings. They're done for at this point. Mutalisks will focus them down.
Yeah, that's a little painful, but I mean, he's gonna try and come back into this game. You know, he started drone, and that entire time, of course, Bly wasn't droning, obviously. So Impact is kind of caught up a little bit. He will actually overpass Bly in drone count soon. And Spore Crawlers could really do a lot. And if you're gonna go for Roach Hydra, kind of play like a steady defensive game, you could come back.
Spore Crawlers only do a lot for a limited amount of time, though. When the Mutalisk count is like below 20, Spore Crawlers will keep them at bay. But the second they get,
surprised if Bly went over 20, though.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, he has to scout that there's no Mutalisks coming out of Impact. Because I think the CVC logic is pretty much, if they're going Mutalisks, I go Mutalisks. And if they're not going Mutalisks, then I stop making Mutalisks.
For sure, for sure. But I think it's actually up to Impact to determine when the Roach switch is incoming, because that's when things are actually obviously like a numbers game. Oh, these 2 Banelings!
I don't know how he managed to sneak these across the map. He doesn't get anything really killed for this, sadly, but the Mutalisks really should have picked this off before they even became a threat. Work is skilled at the moment, not exactly out of control for either player, and Bly's actually taking a third while this is going on.
It's a good choice. Impact, unless he devotes a lot of links to it, so they can, you know, take the fire from the mutas, he's not going to get it down.
These are poor overlords. He's going the wrong way, boys.
Yeah, I don't know where they're actually going, unless those are rallied. Nah, it would take forever.
Well, actually, if you consider, and this sounds really silly, I don't know if this is the case or not, but if you throw an overlord across the map, it costs you 100 minerals, but it keeps the Mutalisks from coming right to your base, starting to pick off like your extractors and stuff. But ooh, this is kind of a cute move out of Impact.
Wow.
Now I understand the Overlord's coming out.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense. I mean, this is something that we see every so often, but usually it's like, it's not off the back of this hyper aggression that we've been seeing from both players.
I just realized how many queens he has.
Yeah, he's been producing queens. The thing is that when you see this many queens, do you say, oh, that's his only defense, like his only mobile defense because he has enough money to get Hydralisk, or do you say that that's like, you know, an all-in type of queen amount?
Now this is kind of scary because the Nidus Network's going to have a difficult time coming up. I imagine he'll put it over here on the left side rather than the right. The idea behind this...
underneath an Overlord? Is it?
Oh, where? Oh, yeah, middle of the map.
Yeah, doesn't Bly see that? Yes, he does.
Yeah, he does now. Yeah, this isn't going to get
unfortunate.
And now it's not like the jig is up though, right? Like this wasn't a sneak attack Nidus where I'm going to the main hoping to catch Bly off guard. This was just a rally across the map. And a big part of why he's doing this, guys, is because it means the Roaches will take no damage when the Mutalisks try and slowly chip away at them across the map. You know, oftentimes you'll see 3 or 4 Roaches die to the Mutas by the time they get there. The Mutas are spreading out like crazy to try and find out where this next Nidus Storm is coming down. Roaches unloading into this, and of course we got some Queens coming out with this, so some transfuses will be necessary, but Impact's Roach count is just not that impressive, if we're going to be honest. 14 to 18. He's got the Queens in this a little bit too, but even with crazy transfuses and a little bit of extra DPS...
He really wants a closer Sir Nidus Worm, like really. Not only does it provide, you know, just that bit closer reinforcement, but also crew spread for his darn Queens that take fucking forever.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Bly's supply is just too much. His supply is too high.
Almost. Queens with the highest energy seem to be going down immediately, not really
no
helping.
transfuses. There we go. Now he's going to get some transfuses off. They are the only source of anti-air with noting, guys, but even if Impact were to win the Road Tour, which he's not going to do, Bly, yeah, as you say with the Mutalisk, going to eventually clean everything up. So GG's going to be called. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 will go to Team Acer.